In case you're not familiar with them, this is a No Sew quilt. It's a foam board with a pattern cut into it along the lines. You take pieces of fabric, lay it on the board, and then press them in to create a quilt. They're very attractive. My wife likes using these. There's just one problem with these, and that is that you can't buy the foam boards blank so that you can customize your own pattern. And that's a problem because recently my wife came across some very attractive panels for Christmas. And I got the idea that maybe we could make our own foam blocks and design them specifically for each pattern like this. And it turned out to be remarkably easy. And here's what it looks like. In side view, what I did is I took a piece of 1-inch thick, extra dense foam. I got that from Joann's. It was $8 for a 15 by 15 inch piece. And it was actually on sale. They usually are. So you can count on getting these for about $4 or $5. To the bottom, I used some spray adhesive to attach a piece of 1/4 inch foam board. And to the top, I did the same with the spray adhesive to attach a piece of poster board. Then I drew the lines on the top of the board so that this inner rectangle matches the dimensions of the panel that we wanted. And then 2 borders. This one's a 1/2 inch, this is 3/4 inch, but you can do whatever you want to. Important thing is the diagonals have to be cut all the way down, but not through the bottom plate. This allows you to get a nice mitered corner for your quilt. And here's how it turned out. I forgot to mention that to cut the grooves into which you tuck the material, I use a small X-Acto knife with a brand new blade, so it makes nice, neat cuts. You have to do a couple of scores to get through the poster board, and then 1 deep cut, about a 1/2 inch deep. Works really well. There's a couple of differences between this do-it-yourself No Sew Quilt Board and the ones you buy online. And the first one is that the appearance is much flatter. Those have a soft top surface, so you get more of a rounded, quilted look to the edges. This is more board-like. Another problem is it's because the corners have such soft urethane foam here, they're much harder to tuck in. So I recommend leaving the tags that you tuck in a little bit longer. Usually you'll cut them off to about a 1/2 inch. I'd leave them as long as possible. Also, next time I do it, I will take some 1-inch strips of poster board and glue them to the sides of the foam. That'll help firm up this edge, this corner, and make it work much better. But overall, it came out great. About $5 for a large panel like this, and you can modify it any way you want to. Couple of things you could do, for example, is you could go to a hardware store and get some half-round dowels and glue them to the outer edge. That would create a frame over which the fabric would go, and it'd give it a 3-dimensional effect. Another thing you can do is cut out circles of soft foam and glue them to the top surface. And then by cutting out 2 panels where you cut out the ornaments, in this case a little bit larger, and then the background a little bit smaller, you could cut circles, place the soft foam thin layer over where the ornament's going to be, and then tuck the ornament around, and you get a 3-dimensional domed appearance, which for this sort of thing would work really good. I hope you found this helpful and interesting if you're interested in no-sew quilting. And as always, thank you for watching. For hundreds of more articles covering everything from how to make chocolate to the strange world of lucid dreaming, I hope you'll visit my main website, waynesthisthandthat.com.